Greetings and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with my weekly show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. It's a weekly forecast into the signs of the zodiac for their relationship emotional interchange potentials. So, of course, it is what it is. I pull a card from the top of the deck that represents the opportunities or challenges for the sign, and then from the bottom of the deck it relates to what the action needed or required is. Now these readings are for the signs of the zodiac, but they are good for the sun, moon, and rising signs. So if you know your moon sign is Virgo, but your sun sign is, Aquarius, then you can check out both of those, etc. So I'm not able to help you determine those other finer factors there, but most of us know what that is. If not, check online. You can probably figure it out pretty easily. All right, so I'm not going to have a card for the collective, set the tone, because I'm doing a special new feature at the end, which I'm going to call Who's Going to Get Lucky? And of course, it's what exactly that means is who may actually begin a relationship one way or the other of the zodiac signs. And so we'll do that later. It's bound to be a little bit of fun. All right, so let's start then at the beginning of the zodiac with Aries, sun, moon, or rising sign. What is the opportunity or challenge? And it's the Two of Cups. So there is an opportunity to move into a relationship or to begin a relationship. It could also be that maybe it talks about a relationship that becomes more committed, maybe something more harmonious transpires in a relationship. But what is the action required then? And it's the, yes it is, it's the King of Cups. But it's reversed. I think this is saying, Aries, that if emotionally you've been carrying some kind of, chip on your shoulder, you have to give it up. You have to try to become a kinder person. And so, Aries, this is about you. You have an opportunity to maybe gain harmony and trust and love in a relationship, but you have to be willing, to maybe either encompass some truths about yourself or be willing to work on them with those others. So let's move on to Taurus then. Sun, moon, or rising. Opportunity or challenge for the Tauruses is the Three of Pentacles reversed. You maybe are challenged because somebody else is more in charge than you are, and you don't like that in your relationship. Or this could be about something that maybe transpires in a relationship too. The idea of who has the power. It could be transitory, so it could just be you don't like it when it's not your turn to be in charge. But what is the action required? And once again, it's the King of Cups reversed. I wonder why we're getting that again. We're on a roll there. So, opportunity, action required. The King of Cups reversed. Maybe you have to really shore up what you feel about yourself emotionally. It's okay to admit sometimes that you don't like everybody that you have to deal with, and that maybe there are sometimes that if you're able to talk about it, you might understand it better, that there are certain people that just you're never going to get along with for some reason. Hey, don't we know that's true? So anyways, I'm going to move on then to Gemini. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Opportunity or challenge from the top card for Gemini. It's the King of Pentacles. You have an opportunity to really take charge of something that's going on, maybe in your emotional life. Maybe you've been having a hard time really scheduling, yourself for all the parts of your emotional life. Maybe you're a parent or a grandparent and you have to have time to visit with, your loved ones who are descended from you. Or maybe it's about, your own interest in romance or just various circle of friends. You are finding, Gemini, that maybe because it's the holiday season, you're very busy and you might need a personal planner. What is the action required? More information, please. It's the Sun. And the Sun may be saying, really, you just need to focus your light on what it is that is the most attractive to you, that you feel will be the most emotionally rewarding. So this could be about crunch time for, deciding something about a relationship. Maybe you've been casually dating, but now you feel you've been moving closer to singling it down to one person. All right, Gemini. We're not going to move on to Cancer. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? Uh-oh. It's the Ten of Swords. Cancer. Is it possible that maybe this is the time for you to admit that a relationship is over, or that you have actually been blackmailed or sabotaged or revenged in some form? Maybe you found out really the hard way that the relationship you were in wasn't going to work out. And that's the challenge for you, is to get over that. What is the action required? It's the Moon. There's still more to know. There may be some mystery about why this did happen to you. If this is a major breakup as opposed to a real divorce, I mean, it's just a breakup, but maybe there's something that you did not know or realize that was important to know there. So your mission, Cancer, and you are the Moon child, is to maybe try to figure out what that was that happened. For some reason, it's not just about moving on. You need to understand what it was. Something that was hidden from you, some factor. Okay, going to move on to Leo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leo, what is the opportunity or challenge? It's the Three of Cups. You may be able to really celebrate something in a relationship. If it's not your own, maybe it's somebody you care about. Like maybe you have a parent remarrying, or maybe it's, the first time your child gets married or grandchild. Anytime, that happens, it's a joyous occasion. And so the challenge is for you to maybe really open up emotionally speaking. You know, at this particular time of the year, it may be hard for some people to understand happiness just due to the pressures of the season, whatever. So what is the action required? It's the Chariot reversed. I'm thinking this is saying really wait for what motivates you really. That if there are people who are, you know, trying to pull you to the happy gatherings and you're not feeling it, you need to be honest to some degree. I think that's what this is about. And that this is saying, you know, you can tell people you're not able to enjoy the season, you can say to them. Okay, Leo. Hey, I'm going to be that way. I'm not a big holiday person. I never have been. And hey, I'm 69 years old. So I've always enjoyed being able to see the holidays through somebody else's eyes, through my child or my grandchild. Things happen, things change. I'm not a lost cause. Okay, we are on Virgo then. And Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? The challenge is not to get too petty, not to get too forceful. Maybe you don't necessarily like, you know, things that are going on in your life, and maybe you want things to be a certain way, but you can't necessarily force them, especially when you're talking about real people and real emotions. You know, sometimes you have to be nicer to people. You just don't win anybody over by being a bully. And I realize that's strong language. I mean, it may be something, you know, not exactly like that for Virgos. But Virgos, you may be feeling like, you know, you have to muscle your way in there. That may be true, but maybe it's not. So the action required. It's the Four of Cups. I think the action required is that you have to understand that nature takes its course and that, you know, the way to go will present itself and you will be able to choose that and work with that. And of course, it never hurts if you know a little bit more too. So being patient and maybe understanding things works for you too, Virgo. All right, we're going to move on to Libra now. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Libra, what is the opportunity or challenge? Page of Cups. You have a chance to maybe step outside of yourself a little bit and try to understand how the other person feels. Maybe it's the other person that's in the relationship you already are in, or maybe it's the other person in a relationship that you think you may be moving towards. But you have an opportunity and a challenge to try to understand them and maybe meet them on their own ground. And a lot of this has to do with, you know, how relationships begin, how they begin when people start to feel something special about each other. So I think this is saying really pages are the beginnings of things, you know. Maybe it's happening for you, Libra. What is the action required? It's the reverse Three of Pentacles again. And the feeling is that love is always different. You know, the way we feel about somebody when we're really in love may feel really different the next time we're really in love. I don't know, because maybe that hasn't happened a whole lot for me. One and done. But here we go. Three of Pentacles. Don't expect there to be a guidebook, Libra. Maybe each time is different and wonderful, and sometimes you just have to make your own rules. Three of Pentacles reversed. Scorpio. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Emotionally speaking, ain't it true there's always something going on with a Scorpio? What is the challenge or opportunity for the Scorpio? From the top. It's the reversed Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Scorpio, say it ain't true, but maybe you are challenged by very unexpected situations, emotionally speaking. Maybe you thought you were going one way emotionally, but something happens and kind of throws a game changer in there. What could that be? Well, it's the Wheel of Fortune, so anything. You could even think in soap opera terms, you know, you're almost ready to get married, and then the spouse that you thought had died a long time ago suddenly says, no, you can't. Okay, that is dramatic, but isn't that a Scorpio? So what is the action required then? Maybe you have to understand that, you know, sometimes love is general. It isn't, you know, so extremely, you know, wild and unexpected. You know, sometimes you have to go with the unconditional acceptance and love for all people. And so whatever is happening with Scorpio, you may be having, you know, to learn that lesson that, you know, don't play on mixed messages. Make sure you know what's going on. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sagittarius, what is the challenge or opportunity that is coming towards you? It's the reversed Nine of Swords. Your challenge or opportunity relates to the fact that maybe you've been emotionally wrecked lately. You haven't been able to sleep, or you've been worried about other people in your life, mostly perhaps yourself. You need to find a way to get out of this funk. The holiday times are here, and you're going to be working on that. That's your challenge, is to really, you know, negate some of that, you know, ill feeling that you may have been having. So the action required, it's our friend, the King of Cups. Again, you showed up for the first two signs, I think, Aries and Taurus. So the action required maybe is that you do have to set your boundaries. Emotionally speaking, you cannot be unconditional. You, Sagittarians, you have to set up some boundaries and be a little judicious about exactly how you can dole out your emotionality, at least for this next week here. You're trying to get on top of, you know, finding your own fun. You can't help anybody if you can't help yourself. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Capricorns, what are the emotional challenges or opportunities? It's a Six of Wands reversed. And Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, maybe you have to deal a little bit with inequity, with not always being noticed as the best and the brightest, or the most attractive or romantically potential meeting there. Capricorn, you may have to accept second, third, or fourth place. What is the action required? And it's the Chariot reversed again. So once again, it's really no action. Maybe this is a time out for you. The Chariot reverse could be saying you have no real reason, no motivation to pursue, other relationships at this time or other situations at this time. You might just need to unwind a little bit on your own. This could be, it doesn't matter weekend. Chill and Netflix, as they say. You're not going to get exactly what you want. And of course, I'll be the first to say, oh, I guess I was wrong, because the special feature at the end may involve that. All right, we're now on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aquarius, opportunity or challenge. And you have a challenge. I mean, you have an opportunity too, but maybe you've been feeling destitute. Maybe you've been feeling emotionally like you were really, really not finding your connection. You were on the outside. You didn't have the key to the inner sanctum where all the people were finding who they were intended to find. Emotionally speaking, you just didn't belong. Maybe this is about a more unconditional thing, Aquarius. That's you, in a way, the unconditional community of humankind. So what will be the action that is required? And it's the Seven of Pentacles, upright. And in this particular deck, it's the Modern Love Tarot, by the way. I didn't mention that at the beginning. The Seven of Pentacles really speaks about nurturing. It's saying treat what is new and growing as precious and give it the time and the nurturing and the care that it needs. Okay, we are on Pisces. Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the challenge or opportunity? Reverse Seven of Swords. You, Pisces, may be able to probe a secret, find out something that just didn't seem right, and now you seem to be able to find out more about what's going on emotionally. It could be that maybe, this is information you need. A big status quo change in a relationship with somebody is possible. What is the action required? And it's the Four of Wands. And it is sort of saying, it is what it is. I mean, maybe the secret, of course, that you uncover is about somebody honoring you honoring the sacrifices you made or the sense of accomplishment. So that would be interesting. But I don't know, the Seven of Swords reverse does present as maybe more serious. Still, you never know, Pisces. Well, I think that about does it. And now I'm going to do that thing I promised, which is who of the zodiac signs is going to be lucky. And I've decided to work with my final Rose Tarot. And what I'm going to do is designate 2 cards as the lucky cards. So, you know what? What I'm going to do is deal out the entire deck into 12 piles, 1 for each sign of the zodiac. And then we will examine each of those. And the 2 cards that we are looking for will either be the Lover's card or the Devil card. And the Devil and the Lovers sort of look similar in most decks. This is the final Rose Tarot, but we're just using it for the thematic purposes of that. So whichever sign that either of those cards falls into, those will be the persons who will get lucky. So let's do it. Aha. Cancer is one of them. Cancer gets it with the Lovers. It is reversed. So Cancer is going to get lucky. Let's see who else. And Virgo, the Devil, the villain. So it's Cancer and Virgo. And that's what I have for the emotional exchanges. You're getting lucky. The rest of us aren't, apparently. So it goes. So stay tuned, and we'll roll the clip on our other shows going through the weekend. And I'll see you again next week on the emotional exchanges.